So today I'm going to talk about the AquaTru and why this is one of my favorite reverse osmosis systems currently available. So these countertop reverse osmosis units are relatively new on the market, and they have some pretty significant advantages over their predecessors or the traditional under the sink RO systems. So number one, they don't require any complex installation, no plumbing, no dedicated faucet, anything like that. So with a traditional system that's installed under your sink and connected to your water line, so there'll be some plumbing work required, and you'll also normally have to cut a hole and install a dedicated faucet. With these countertop systems, none of that's needed. Basically, it's a plug and play, plug it in, run a couple of cycles, and you're ready to go type of thing. So a little bit of background, some more info on reverse osmosis itself, if you're unaware. RO is one of the most tried and true and effective methods of water filtration. So you're going to be removing or reducing, greatly reducing or completely removing basically everything that's in your water. So all the nasty contaminants, but on the flip side of that, you're going to be removing the healthy minerals like calcium and magnesium that are also in your water at the same time. So just something to be aware of. One other thing with reverse osmosis to note is that through the process, it actually wastes a little bit of water. That's because water is pushed at a pressure through a reverse osmosis membrane where then the contaminants are trapped and flushed away in the wastewater. One thing with these countertop units is that they tend to be a lot more efficient than traditional under the sink units. So with a traditional under the sink reverse osmosis system, you can expect that around 3 or 4 gallons of water will be wasted for every 1 gallon produced. But with these countertop units, you're only going to be wasting around half a gallon to a quarter of a gallon for each 1 gallon produced. So these systems are a lot more efficient. One other thing is that obviously because there's no installation required, these are perfect for people who are renting. So if you rent an apartment or even a house, you just set this thing on your countertop and use it to get fresh, clean, purified water. So today I'm going to walk you through, show you the different pieces of the unit itself, fill it up, run it, and give you a little bit more information on what contaminants it removes and how it works exactly.
Here's everything that comes in the AquaTru box. Here are the dirty water tank and clean water tank. This is the main body of the machine itself. And these are the filters. This is the unfiltered tap water tank. So you fill this up at your tap and then just carry it over and install it right on the back of the AquaTru system. It holds about 1 gallon of unfiltered water, and it's made out of BPA and BPS-free plastic. This is the clean purified water tank. It has this easy lift handle, so you can take it right off the system, pick it up, and put it in your fridge if you prefer your water chilled. It holds 3/4 of a gallon of purified water, so only wasting 1/4 of a gallon for every 3/4 of a gallon produced. As I mentioned, this is much more efficient than traditional RO systems. So to dispense the water, you'll press this blue button on the front right here, and the water feeds out of the spout down below. And lastly, here's the main body of the system where all the components are installed, including the water tanks and the filters. Taking a closer look at the filters themselves, in stages 1 and 2, we have the pre-filters that remove sediment, chlorine, and chloramine to protect the RO membrane. In stage 3, that's the RO membrane itself, so this is removing the vast majority of contaminants, including copper, fluoride, lead, radium, pharmaceuticals, and a whole host of other contaminants. Finally, stage 4 is the activated carbon filter, which addresses tastes and odors and removes VOCs. And for those of you concerned that the system is a little bit too efficient, the best way to actually get those healthy minerals back in that the reverse osmosis process will remove along with all the bad stuff is to actually use something called trace mineral drops. I'll drop a link in the description below so you can check it out and learn a little bit more about that. Now that the filters have been installed, all that's left to do are actually install the water tanks. So it's super simple. You just place them in their correct positions and slide them into place. Now that we're ready to run this thing through a cycle, All that we have to do is fill up the unfiltered water tank and install it on the back of the system. It's good to note that when the system is plugged into the wall and there's power running through it, there's no start button or anything like that. As soon as both water tanks are correctly installed, it will automatically kick in and start a filtering cycle. You'll know a filtration cycle has started because the animation on the front of the unit will start going through its steps. Also good to note is that the system actually tracks filter usage. So when it's time for filter replacement after every around 600 to 1200 gallons, the unit will actually notify you of which filters need to be replaced. A complete cycle should take around 10 to 15 minutes to run. Obviously, this is dependent on what contaminants are actually in the water and the quantity of those contaminants. Once the cycle is complete, you'll notice the purified clean water is now in the front tank, and there's a small remainder of water in the unpurified dirty water tank. So that is your leftover wastewater, which you can dispose of either down the sink or you can water houseplants with it. Finally, dispense the clean, purified water into a glass and enjoy knowing you're drinking contaminant-free water.
So there it is, the AquaTru. I hope you found this video helpful. As you saw, it's a super efficient system, super fast filtration, being RO one of the most effective methods of filtration, and it's extremely easy to use. You know, some people might want to remineralize their water because, as you learned, you're going to be removing all the good minerals as well. So there's a product I recommend. It's called Quinton. I've partnered with waterandwellness.com, and so you can actually get 20% off either the AquaTru itself or those remineralization drops, Quinton there. I'll drop a link in the comments section below so you can check that out. Full disclosure, I am partnered with those guys, so if you end up buying any of their products, they'll pay me a commission for referring your business, and you'll be helping them out as well. So I hope this video was helpful, like I said, and catch you in the next one.